Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is straight out of Boston here, aka the King of Boston. Today we're back for episode 37 of the Georgia State Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14. And as you can see, we are going through some recruiting here, heading into our Week 4 matchup against Oregon, the University of Oregon. And you can see we don't have a lot of points to work with, but we did have 4 guys who are ready to visit. In the last couple weeks, we've had probably upwards of like 12 or 13 people scheduled to visit. So not in the last 2 weeks, but we schedule them to visit. That's poor word choice, but anyway, they'll be visiting throughout the season. So we're getting some recruits to have gained some interest in the school. That's good to see, especially our top guys. I really like to get like Derek Harrison or Adam Buchanan. But anyway, you can see we have a head coach upgrade, and I'm still working on that recruiting. I'm probably going to start going into the game management area of the head coach upgrades in the future. But anyway, we are in week 5. We did both burns tonight, a bye week in week 4, so we decided to not post that week. So we're skipping ahead into week 5 here, and we're going up against Oregon in Autzen Stadium. This has been a disappointing season for Oregon so far. They're still in 91 overall, but they're 1-2, unranked, and on the verge of what could be a very, very bad loss. They end up losing to a program like Georgia State. But let's get right into it. That is an 11-yard pickup for Paul Walker right there. That will set up 3rd and inches. And now on 3rd and inches, it's going to be a handoff to Kyler Neal. Neal up the middle across the 35. And it's going to be a 10-yard run. That will set up a new first down for the Panthers. Triple option coming up. It's going to be a handoff to Blake Gardner, who goes up the middle. He'll pick up a nice 5-yard gain right there. Set up 2nd and medium or so. 2nd and manageable, as I like to call it. 3rd and 1 coming up. Handoff to Kyler Neal, and Kyler Neal is really looking good for us right now. I've talked a lot about how impressed I've been with Blake Gardner so far, but Kyler Neal has done so well that it's almost like if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and I don't think I plan on fixing it anytime soon. Justin Wagner is there for a 19-yard pickup. He is really coming along in recent weeks, stepping up his production. Here's a handoff to Kyler Neal up the middle on the triple option. He will keep it and take it up for an 11-yard gain. Now on 3rd and 11, we're going to put a man in motion here. It's an option pass. Johnson feels the rush, and our offensive line continues to be a problem here as we let up a big sack right there. That's going to bring up the field goal unit on 4th and 18. This kick is up, and it is good. Our special teams has been better than in previous years so far, especially with the kicking unit, so I'm glad to see that. Will Lutz is taking some strides as a kicker, being a little bit more accurate, having a little bit more range. That's good to see. Iowa has dropped 2 in a row now as they lose to Minnesota. They're likely going to be unranked coming next week as they're now 2-2. Jeremy Johnson firing it, and that was just a terrible, terrible decision by me. That is going to be an interception. This is going to be returned all the way. He will be brought down by Kyler Neal at about the 11-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle right there. Now it's on the defense to try and hold him to 3. That was just a poor, poor decision on my part. Here's Jake Rodriguez, the quarterback. He's going to fire it end zone, and that's caught by Dwayne Stanford, but he is out of bounds. That's going to set up 4th down and 8 coming up. On 4th and 8, they're going to bring their kicking unit out, and at the end of the first quarter, they're going to tie this ball game up at 3. The score is 3-3 now, heading into the second, as we're still at the end of the first, actually. Here's going to be a counter play to Kyler Neal. Neal will get a broken tackle right there and pick up a nice 18-yard gain. We don't break a lot of huge runs with this team, but we do get some nice like 10 to 15 to 20-yard carries, as you saw right there. Here's a read option. Jeremy Johnson taking it up the middle. He's going to pick up about 8 or 9 yards. He would refuse to go down there for a moment, but that would wrap up the first quarter. So we're into the second here on 2nd and 1. First play of the second quarter. Johnson over the middle, caught by Justin Wagner across the 25, 20, 15, and trying to go all the way. He will be brought down to the 10-yard line, but a huge 46-yard pickup for the sophomore wide receiver. Now 3rd and goal coming up. Jeremy Johnson's going to drop back. He's going to scramble to the left side. Doesn't really have a man open. He's going to take off on his own. He's going to try and make a move, but he'll finally be brought down at about the 4-yard line. That's an 8-yard pickup, but not enough for the first down. So on 4th down, we're going to have to settle for another field goal. That is not a good sign for the Georgia State Panthers. To keep up with an offense like Oregon, you're probably going to need to score more than 3 points when you get into the red zone. But anyway, here we go. Johnson looking to the right side. Rufus Warren is there. I thought it was out of bounds, which is why I paused for a sec. But we pick up the 6 yards we need for the first down. 3rd and 3 coming up later in the drive across the 50-yard line. Johnson looking on the slant route. There it is. Ross Jackson finds some separation, and he will pick up the first down in the 15-yard gainer. Now here we go on 1st and 10, or 2nd and 13, I should say. Play action. Johnson scrambles to the left side. Doesn't really have anyone, but fires on the run to Justin Wagner. It just gets open at the last moment. That's a 9-yard pickup. 3rd and 4 coming up. On 3rd and 4, empty backfield for Jeremy Johnson. I tried to throw that one over the middle to Kyler Neal, but we stall out once again, so we're going to have to bring in our field goal unit once again. Will Lutz's 3rd try of the day. This will be his longest, about a 42-yarder or so. This one is up, and it just gets in there. And Georgia State extends their lead. It's a 6-point lead now. Oregon back on offense. Jake Rodriguez finds Dwayne Stanford over the middle for the 17-yard pickup right there. Jake Rodriguez is not a great thrower. They were running the ball a lot early on, which is why our defense had a lot of success. But here they find some holes in our defense. Rodriguez across the 40-35 will be brought down finally by Antonio Huff right there, but a 3rd and 9 coming up. Split halfbacks in the shotgun set. Rodriguez looking on the screenplay, does not get the throw off in time. That goes incomplete. 4th and 9 coming up, and here comes their field goal unit on for a deep attempt. This one is up, and it is going to get in there for the 3 points. So Oregon cuts the lead back down to 3, and it is now a 9-3 ball, or a 9-6 ball game. Excuse me. Jake Rodriguez dropping back on their next possession. He finds his man BJ Kelly right there for the 10-yard pickup. And now here we go on 1st and 10 with 43 seconds to play. Rodriguez looking to the right side. Caught by Dwayne Stanford, one of his favorite targets, it appears, at least so far today. And that is going to be a new set of downs on 1st and 10. Jake Rodriguez is going to drop back, scrambles to the right side a little bit. And I was looking at Addison the entire time, but I didn't expect him to cut back so quick like that. So I ended up blowing the coverage with Peterson. And here we go. I completely whiff on the tackle right there. Rodriguez gets in for the 4-yard touchdown run. Oregon gets the first touchdown of the game, and that's going to give them the lead 13-9 after the ensuing PAT. So here we go with 19 seconds to play. I'm going to try and see if I can get into field goal range at least here. I'm going over the middle. Rufus Warren is there for a nice 21-yard pickup. That's going to set up a new first down. Now Jeremy Johnson drops back on 2nd and 11. Looking to the right side. Caught by Paul Walker. Keeps his feet in bounds. That's going to set up the ball on the 38-yard line. 3 seconds to play. Last play of the half. Johnson drops back. He's looking deep. He's got a man. Paul Walker is going to make the catch again into the end zone for the touchdown. It's a Hail Mary play completed by Georgia State, and we retake the lead 16-13. A huge play, giving us back some momentum at the end of the second quarter, and we're going to go into the half with a 16-13 lead. Surprised we're in this game, but I guess this is not the Oregon team that we've known to kind of be over the last few years. As not only is a program like Georgia State beating them at the half, but they're beating them in Oregon. That is something you do not see every day. Oregon is a very tough place to play. But anyway, here Jeremy Johnson in the Georgia State offense starting out the second half with a nice run from Kyle O'Neal right there, and Neal's strong day continues. Now we're looking to extend our lead here, 2nd and 4. Play action. Johnson is going to drop back. Look left side. Oh! And an underthrown ball, as that was Ronnie Bell looks like going out there trying to make that catch. But that was underthrown. A poor throw from Jeremy Johnson, and Isaac Dixon gets his second interception of the ball game. And then here comes the Oregon offense. Jake Rodriguez finds his man BJ Kelly for the 42-yard gainer right there. Now on 3rd and 7, shotgun set. Rodriguez is going to drop back. He's going to look on the screen for Byron Marshall. Marshall's going to get brought down. That'll set up 4th and inches. They're going to go for it here. And here they go is the play. Oh, and I completely bit on the play fake right there with Bernard Hobson. And they end up getting the first down. 1st and 10, another read option. Here comes Jake Rodriguez to the outside. He gets brought down, but it's a 6-yard pickup for the quarterback. And now, later in the drive on 3rd and 2, Jake Rodriguez has a shotgun formation. He's going to do a little handoff to Byron Marshall, who gets into the end zone for the touchdown. And all of a sudden, their run game is looking good, as it had been shut down in the first half, but it's really starting to look up here in the second. So they take the lead 20-16. Here comes the Georgia State offense. That's a 14-yard pickup for Ross Jackson. Now a new set of downs coming up on 1st and 10. It's going to be a read option handoff to Kyler Neal up the middle. Neal will pick up about 6 yards on the play, and that's going to set up 2nd and short. And now here on 2nd and short, 2nd and 4 to be exact, Jeremy Johnson, he's going to keep it on the read option. He'll pick up the first down across the 50-yard line. It's an 8-yard gainer for the sophomore quarterback, formerly from Auburn. Here we go on 2nd and 10. Jeremy Johnson is going to drop back, look to the left side, caught by Ross Jackson. Jackson's going to pick up a 17-yard gain on the curl route, and we are looking good here on offense. Hand off to Kyler Neal. We're going to try and put some points up on the board here, and it's a 7-yard handoff and carry for Kyler Neal, the sophomore running back, who it's weird because, Gardner's a freshman, and it's going to be weird to see what we do with both those guys. But nonetheless, another offensive line problem there. We end up losing 9 yards on the play. On 2nd and 19, that's going to be a nice little pitch and catch to Ross Jackson right there. They'll give him an 8-yard gain. That's going to set up 3rd and 10. Now on 3rd and 10, Johnson's going to drop back, scramble to the right side, fire it, and that was an awful throw by Jeremy Johnson. If you look at it closely, if he had just thrown it with the receiver, he didn't try to lead him. If he had led him, it would have been right past that linebacker. But poor throw, ends up an interception, and that's the second interception in the red zone on a couple of poor throws by Jeremy Johnson. So you just cannot turn the ball over against this talented of a football team in Oregon. But that's a 3-yard carry for Kyler Neal, and we are trying to take over here after we force a punt away from the Oregon offense. And with 6 minutes left, we're trying to drive the field here, but we're also trying to run some clock. It would be great if this was the last possession of the game. It's going to take some serious ball management or clock management, but anyway, we're running the ball a lot here. Blake Gardner gets an 11-yard carry. He's looking good in that triple option. Here we go, is a fake to Ronnie Bell, and then the pitch to Blake Gardner. Gardner will pick up about 7 yards on the play, set up 2nd and 3 as we're inside of 6 minutes to play now in this football game. Now 4:45 to play. Johnson looking for Rufus Warren. We decided it would be a good time for play action as we'd run the ball on probably our last 4 or 5 plays. So anyway, Kyler Neal, you see, is going to be out for a little bit with an abdominal strain, but Blake Gardner can take over on a 3rd and 7. He'll pick up the 8-yard carry for the first down. Decided to run it on 3rd and long because I knew it was 4-down territory where we were. Kyler Neal now on the handoff. He's going to take that one for the first down inside of the 10-yard line. 2:30 to play, and now here we go on 2nd and goal. Blake Gardner's going to take the handoff up the middle. He's going to dive right down at the 1-yard line. Perfect positioning. We have to run another 40 seconds off the clock. Now on 3rd and goal, I thought about maybe not scoring here. I dive immediately as I get it, and, you know, I kind of wish I would have been down there and gotten to run an extra 40 seconds off the clock, but we'll see. Up by 3 points now. Jake Rodriguez looking over the middle. Caught by Dwayne Stanford. A bad route taken by the cornerback. He breaks a tackle. He's all the way to the 45-yard line, so a huge play. And now Jake Rodriguez is going to drop back out of the shotgun set on 2nd and 11. He's got time. He's looking deep. The throw. Oh, my goodness. Cameron Melton. What a terrible play. He has just been awful for us this season. He looks good in spurts, but he just... oh, man, he cannot cover the deep ball, it seems. So that's a touchdown for Oregon. An awful play by Cameron Melton. And here comes the offensive line. Hurting the team once again. That's a 10-yard loss. Now 2nd and 20 coming up. We have to burn a timeout. Here we go on 2nd and 20. 18 seconds to play. Fighting for the game right here. Over the middle. Caught by Justin Wagner. Wagner's going to get across the 40-yard line for a 26-yard gainer. And that is going to set up now 2nd and 10. We're going to look deep here with 8 seconds to play. Johnson, he's going for it. Paul Walker makes the credible catch. What a play by Paul Walker. A 33-yard gainer. And now here we go. From about the 25-yard line, 1st and 10, we need his touchdown. Johnson, he's looking deep. He's got a man. He gets sacked. I hit the button right as I got hit. Oh my goodness. If we had gotten a half-second more protection, Justin Wagner was wide open in the back of the end zone. But instead, we go down in Oregon, 27-23. What a crazy finish. So many, oh my goodness. That was just, wow, that last minute and a half of that game. Incredible. But anyway, still fantastic game, and although we lost, although it stinks, at least it was non-conference play, and more so than anything else, it was a great confidence booster. I did not think we were going to be able to compete with this team in Oregon, but it was a great confidence booster against a 90-plus overall team, almost winning in their home stadium. You play that game 50 times, I bet we win in at least 20 of them, so... like I said, just it helps us out a lot. We're not really we're not going to be going for a BCS Bowl at this point, so our win-loss record's not going to matter too much outside of conference, so I'll take it. Anyway, that's pretty much going to do it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you did enjoy. It doesn't matter. Peace.